In the height of the Cold War, two superpowers went head-to-head in an expensive and dangerous race to achieve a series of technological milestones. The stakes were high and the competition was fierce. This was the space race. The rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union was one of the defining features of the second half of the 20th century. And it wasn't just a battle for global political dominance, it was also a battle of science and technology. Because in the minds of the public and the politicians, whoever won the space race would be seen as having the most scientifically advanced and militarily superior nation on Earth. So when the Soviet Union launched Sputnik into orbit in 1957, the first artificial satellite to ever reach space, the Americans were shaken. 2 years later, they got their chance for payback when they launched Explorer 1, the first American satellite to make it into orbit. These triumphs were more than just scientific achievements. They were public milestones in a high-stakes game of one-upmanship that both sides played up heavily in the media. The space race was on, and it quickly became clear that this was going to be one expensive competition. Both sides had to invest heavily in new technologies and infrastructure. The Soviets set up a rocket factory in Kazakhstan and test launch facilities in Russia and Ukraine. The Americans partnered with several private companies to develop new rocket technologies and establish the NASA space program in 1958 to coordinate their efforts. As the space race continued, the stakes got higher and the competition got more intense. In 1961, the Soviets won another victory when cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin became the first human to journey into space. 4 years later, American astronaut Neil Armstrong became the first person to walk on the moon. The space race had an impact that went far beyond the Cold War rivalry between the US and the USSR. The competition led to a lasting legacy of scientific and technological advances that we are still benefiting from today. For example, the development of new materials and technologies for use in space often have applications here on Earth as well. And the need for international collaboration in space led to new diplomatic relationships and agreements. But perhaps the most important legacy of the space race is the inspiration it left for future generations. The incredible achievements of the space pioneers captured the imagination of people around the world and inspired countless young people to pursue careers in science and engineering. Today, we remember the space race as a time of great achievement and human ingenuity. It was a time when the world was on the brink of a new era of exploration and discovery. And it was a time when the best and brightest minds from around the world came together to push the boundaries of what was possible. It was a high-stakes showdown. The rivalry between the superpowers, the race to explore the unknown. It was a battle that went beyond the Earth and touched every aspect of our lives. The space race was a defining moment in human history.